Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 434-390-7953. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructor, Vincent Finelli.
Everyone all set? Cocked? Locked? Here we go. Your dial set correctly to USAPrepares.com. We're broadcasting 2 hours from high atop the Missouri Ozark Mountains. And there's a link to all of your instructors on the website, USAPrepares.com. John is engineering the broadcast in Minnesota. I'm Vincent Finelli. And if you'd like to call us, I'll give you the call-in number, 866-582-9933, 866-582-9933. Larry Nichols is with us, and we're going to spend the next 2 hours talking about the Clinton administration, or the Clinton administrations, as governor of Arkansas and as president of the United States, and some of the information that you've learned over the years. We may be confirming that what you've heard, what you believed is true. Welcome, Larry Nichols.
Good morning, Mr. Vincent. How are you?
Larry, I'm doing well, and I hope you are as well. Larry, Larry, we've talked about the Clinton administration and how Hillary, of course, wants to become the next president of the United States. And we talked about power, and you had mentioned that they would be the ultimate power couple, the most powerful in the history of Earth. And because he would move on to be Secretary General of the United Nations, and she, as President of the United States, should be selected for election.
Right.
Anyway, yeah. So, but how much power does the President of the United States really have? And the reason I'm asking this is many believe that the president is really just manipulated, told what to do, what to say, how to behave, or at least attempts to control the president by the Committee of 300. Or how much power does the president really have?
Vincent, I've heard the same things you have, and I've heard them for years. Part of the problem when we talk about this group, the Committee of 300, the Bilderbergers, all the One World Order groups, that doesn't have as much control. If it ever did, it doesn't have as much control today, because today we have literally opened up our political process, especially at the level of the presidency. It's opened up to the highest bidder now. When they passed that super fund, mega PAC, all that stuff, now it's strictly up for bids. And then relative to the president not actually having power, one would say, like the office used to have, I would warn everybody to look at Barack Hussein Obama. And I think you can see quite clearly, Vince, that he has wielded power independent of anybody else. He has flat just done what he wanted to do and has gotten by with it. So I think the presidency today has power. Now, it's getting harder and harder to find out who is in with them. Who's pulling, who are the puppet masters. But one thing I know for certain, Hillary is elected president, and she appoints Bill to the United Nations as our ambassador, and if it goes through like the plan said, and he becomes Secretary General to the UN, for those that don't know, that means you're the head of the UN. When he gets to that position with Hillary being the President of the United States, Vince, you're talking right there about they will answer to no one. I don't care if there is a group of 300. I don't care if there's Bilderbergers, Trilateral. I don't care. If they pull that off, they will answer to no one. They will absolutely be the most powerful couple ever in the history of the planet.
Larry, are you saying something like this? That for example, let's say there's a problem in a city, and there's some opposition in the city, and it's starting to gain some strength. And this could be a city in the United States, and we'll call it Springfield, Missouri, for example, a city of a couple 100,000. Are you saying that it could be, well, we got a problem over there in Springfield. We don't need Springfield anymore. Is that what we're talking about? I mean, that much power?
Now, when you say we don't need Springfield anymore, in what way would we?
Well, I mean, some catastrophe that would happen that would appear to be, well, geez, it was a gas explosion, a refinery explosion, a power plant explosion, something that was made to happen to eliminate for sure the entire problem and forget all about who cares about collateral damage. Well, just wipe the city of Springfield off the map.
You're talking about a modern day dust-off. That's called a dust-off, D-U-S-T-O-F-F. And it is very conceivable today in the world of terrorists walking around in our country. Now, this is purely hypothetical, folks, so don't anybody go putting it out that I said something.
Right. This is purely hypothetical. This is purely hypothetical.
So, I could see a scenario, Vincent, where a dust-off could occur either naturally, like you say, by some chemical plant that you might have there in Springfield that just blows up. And then when it blows up, it creates contaminants that make people have to leave Springfield, damages severe infrastructure, destroy everybody, gets out of town one way. Mm-hmm. Number two, would probably the way, if that ever occurred, the way that they would justify it would be to have some saboteur come in as a function of the Islamic terrorists and use a dirty bomb so that, much like Chernobyl, Vincent, they could go in with a dirty bomb, set it off with basically the power of 5 or 6 sticks of dynamite, but it would spread around so much radioactive material that the town would have to be deserted. It'd be gone. So, yeah, there's a way that could be done. And then you blame it on terrorists, and everybody buys into it.
It seems like that's what we're doing. We're blaming a lot of things on terrorists. Larry Nichols, do you think that some of these terrorists may be homegrown terrorists? I mean, part of our government?
Vince, and to the audience, we all fall sort of guilty in that this whole concept of terrorism at the level we've got today, Vincent, we've never seen before. Right. Before. And so as our minds can absorb and our minds can believe, a homegrown terrorist as such could do major, major damage in this nation. As a matter of fact, they're already here. As long as our southern border is open as it is, we can have an army of Islamic terrorists walking around this country today, right now. And they're all trying some dastardly plot. I mean, Vince, can you imagine this? I mean, we've got terrorists here now, and their great ambition in life is to please Allah. And to please Allah, they want to do the most catastrophic. They want to create the biggest explosion that kills the most Americans ever in history. That's what they want. The only thing stopping it is being able to get the materials to pull it off. But that's what's scary, or should be scaring everybody, Vincent. There are people on the ground in this country today, on the ground here today, that if they had a magic bomb that could kill 100,000 of us in a boom, one blast, 100,000, or even better, 1,000,000, they would do it in a heartbeat, in a second. Now, buddy, that's scary. That's scary. And they're only limited by their accessibility to the weapon they need to be able to kill that many. So if they can't find a weapon to kill 1,000,000 of us, then they're moving around, and they're seeing what weaponry they can acquire. And if it only kills 50, then that'll suffice. If it only kills 10, then that will suffice. They're here. And they want to kill, pardon me, they want to kill my grandbabies. They want to. There are people here, right? Have you ever thought about that, Vince? There are people here right now, that want to kill your grandkids.
Larry, about 30 feet from where I'm sitting in the studio, there's a bookcase. And we come back, I'll tell you what's on that bookcase and why I agree with what you're saying. Larry Nichols, USAPrepares.com, exposing politics, the underbelly, the Clintons. We'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains. $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Okay, open your mouth and say ah.
Getting a good view of a sore throat can be difficult, but the new doctor-recommended sore throat exam kit from SayAhNow.com makes it easy. A first-of-its-kind scientifically designed oral retractor to relax the tongue, minimize gag reflex, and increase visibility. Our Made-in-the-USA kit also includes a medical-grade reference chart, easy-to-use website and app so that you're one click away from unparalleled sore throat information. Click SayAhNow.com. SayAhNow.com, a must-have for your family's medical preparedness.
You are an individual with your own thoughts, decisions, and actions, so why should you be penalized for not enrolling in the subpar health insurance mandated by the government when you can be truly independent with Liberty Health Share, a bold, innovative alternative allowing you to take back control and make your own decisions about your health care? Mention this ad when you call to learn more. 800-714-6993. That's 800-714-6993. Liberty Health Share. Together, we are one.
Class Larry Nichols is with us for 2 hours today. And Larry, as we were talking about in the last segment, about 30 feet from me in the studio, there's a bookcase in the library here at the farm. And one of the books that we have is a 2-volume set. And it's World War II U.S. Army Staff Section Reports. It's about the Third Army. General George S. Patton. And in this book, and these are 2 large volumes. I mean, if you open it up, it's wider than a desk blotter. Huge.
Yeah.
And probably they stand 5 inches tall. And it's filled with plans, attacks, expected kills, wounded, casualties, and how many of us are going to get killed? How many of them are going to get killed? How many are going to be wounded? So when you talk about this, it's clear to me, but it wasn't clear until years ago when I saw in black and white this book. And I started reading it, and I realized that people who are commanding have control over life and death. They don't know necessarily the names of who's going to be killed, but they know how many are expected to be killed. And they carry these actions out knowing that maybe 15,000 or 20,000 or 40,000 of us will die.
Right.
They know this. And they do it anyway. So I believe what you're saying.
You know, that's one of the hardest things in a command position in the field when you lay out your operational plan. There are certain rules in the military that you follow, which is the 10%. In other words, you can expect, or just sort of a rule of thumb for people to know. When they're planning out a mission and you start looking at projected casualties, generally the rule is 10% dead. Anything less than 10% dead is acceptable. And then it's times 10 wounded. So in other words, if you lose 10 people dead, then you can expect to have 100 wounded. Anything under 10% is considered a successful operation. Now, there are some operations, obviously, that you want less than that, but there are decisions made with lives every day, especially in the military. And then when you think in terms of Islam, when you think in terms of those people, they have no names. They have no faces to the people that they're going to kill. They don't see them as names. They don't see them as human beings. They see us as infidels, something that is the same as a cancer. You have to eradicate it. You got to cut it off, cut it out. And that's scary when you realize that they're here. Vince, think about it. It's pretty well in all of the medical journals. They figure somewhere between 2 to 4% of our population is absolutely homicidal, bat crazy. Okay? 2 to 4% of this nation is considered to be literally mentally ill to the point that they are homicidal. They're just absolutely crazy. Now, when you take 340 million people, I don't have the calculator in front of me, but let's run what's 4% of 320 million. That's a lot. A lot of people running around in our streets right now. But then when you take this other factor, Islam, how many are here? That's one of the reasons, Vince, my plan, I shouldn't say my plan, our plan that we're trying to get a state to adopt. I've had several people say, well, gosh, what do you think? Do you think those people do you think the state or governor would go along because making Muslims register? Ooh, that's terrible, right? That might not be acceptable under political correctness statutes. Well, Islam has declared war on us. We're in a war footing. How many are here?
Hold that thought. We'll be right back. Larry Nichols.
Are you excited about the World Wide Web? Do you want a place where you can share your ideas and express yourself? Well, dial up your modems and stream on down to the GCN Live Community Forum. Lots of radical features await you there.
Wow, Internet guy. I'm so glad I went to the GCN Live Community Forum.
You too can discover why the World Wide Web is awesome. Just go to gcnlive.com/forum. That's gcnlive.com/forum. I'll see you in cyberspace. Friend GCN Live on Diaspora and Cross.tv.
We've been patiently waiting while you tried to ignore us, waiting while you acted like we didn't exist, waiting for our chance to be taken seriously. The wait is over. GCN is available 24/7 at gcnlive.com. Navigate through news from your favorite hosts and download archives of past shows. Download the app on your smartphone or tablet or visit gcnlive.com for instant access and live streaming. gcnlive.com, the future of talk radio, now at your fingertips.
Many are in disbelief today after word of shocking allegations against a Minnesota-based talk syndication company known as GCN. It's claimed that they're the fourth largest talk syndication company in the U.S., making it even more scandalous that they've been accused of helping business owners expose themselves on a massive scale. Let's go live to Tom for more on this story.
It's being called the greatest exposure of our lifetime, while other business owners are beginning to step forward claiming they too exposed themselves with the help of GCN.
It's true, they're all guilty, every last one of them. GCN helped me get the exposure my company needed, and just think, that was years ago. Today, GCN has like 700 affiliate stations and over 6 million downloads from iTunes and their website every month.
Imagine the exposure your company can get. Expose your business to the masses. Email advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective. GCN.
The human body is more than 60% water. Your brain and muscles are 75% water. And your blood is 92% water. Water's vital to your body, and alkalizing your water is the key to keep it running at its best. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops keep your entire body healthy, boosts energy, promotes weight loss, and even fights cancer. Call 800-518-7615 or go to alkavision.com to find out more. That's ALKAvision.com.
Gold. It's like nothing else on Earth. From the Romans through the Renaissance, from the Industrial Age to the Space Age, gold has weathered the test of time. For 6,000 years, gold has remained the ultimate store of wealth. According to the World Gold Council and the U.S. Mint, demand is at an all-time high. The stage is being set for the reemergence of gold as the common-sense alternative to a fiat paper currency that gets weaker every day. Midas Resources is proud to offer the hard-hitting report that arms you with the truth you need to protect you and your family from the Fed's plans for your hard-earned money. Don't gamble with your future. Call Midas Resources today and ask for your free copy of As Good as Gold. Call 1-800-686-2237 for the report the Fed hopes you'll never see. As Good as Gold can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. If you have ever thought about owning gold, you must read this report. Call Midas today at 800-686-2237.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states.
Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Are you still looking for that one iodine that you can really trust? A medical doctor endorsed product that is backed by honest research and true integrative science? Then search no further. Go to NutriMedical.com for Dr. Bill Deagle's Nutriodine, proven time and time again to be the very best iodine available for you. Nutriodine is the only Tesla-activated monatomic plasma iodine in the world. It optimizes mitochondrial function and generation of new mitochondria, from totally neutralizing the venom from a desert recluse spider bite in Southern California to eliminating malaria parasites reported by medical missionaries in central India. Dr. Bill's Nutriodine is simply the most powerful healing formula there is. Nutriodine clears the body of all known pathogens, restores it to an alkaline state, and even promotes stem cell regeneration. Order Dr. Bill's Nutriodine today at 888-212-8871 or visit us online at NutriMedical.com.
Class Larry Nichols is with us for 2 hours today, and if you'd like his contact information, it's on page 1 of USAPrepares.com, USAPrepares.com. Larry, you're talking about a plan to register Muslims, and you mentioned that we are on a war footing. Please continue.
You bet. Well, what has happened, radical Islam has declared war on infidels, which includes Israel and us. So by that declaration of war, we qualify for what's called a war footing. And under a war footing, folks, that means we have to do certain things that in a peaceful, peacetime situation you wouldn't do. Now, in the plan that we've got, Vince, the part of the plan has to do with Muslims and having every Muslim go to the county courthouse and register. And some people panic over that and say, my goodness, how can you do that? That's wrong. You can't do that. Now, these are the same people, by the way, that spend every day of their life trying to get the rest of us, the average white American normal person, trying to make us register our firearms, trying to make us register. We have to register to get our driver's license, et cetera, et cetera. So registering in this country, unfortunately, I don't like it, but it is a common practice. But why? People would say that you can't do that. You can't. That's not politically correct. How dare you say to the Muslims, you've got to go register? Well, let me explain it to you. Yesterday, I saw a news commentator, quote unquote, supposedly well-respected. First off, I never heard of him. But he was saying fundamentalist Islam is the same as the fundamentalist Christian movement. Now, Vince, you help me on this because I am not well-versed in all Christian religions. But I don't believe there is a fundamental Christian belief out there that says go and ask people, do you believe in Jesus Christ? And if they say, well, no, well, will you convert and start believing in Jesus Christ? And if they say no, kill them. I don't think there's one.
I haven't heard of one. No,
Okay.
I have not heard of one.
One of the tenets of Islam is the three. Three times, if you find a person that does not believe in Allah, in Islam, 3 times you ask if they still refuse to accept, Islam, then you kill them. You kill them. And there is a high reward, a high value placed on killing us, killing infidels. Now, by high value, I mean in their religion, Vince, going to Allah heaven is a big deal. And when you go to Allah heaven, you get 72 virgins. That's a big deal. I mean, that's the ultimate reward for all eternity. That's the reward you get for killing people, a bunch of people. Now, there is nothing we can do about the percentage of people that are card-carrying crazy in this country. And some portion of that group is homicidal. We've seen it happen time and time again. But under Islam, you've got people, Vince, that live down the street from you that are, they worship Islam. Their religion, their faith is Islam. You never know. Folks, I promise all of you, you'll never know when that person reaches what's called where the rivers divide, the Euphrates and the Tigris. At some point in every life of a true Muslim, at some point they come to where the rivers divide. And you have to make the choice. One river is Allah heaven. The other is Allah hell. And what determines whether you go to Allah heaven or Allah hell is not a good life, Vince. It's not. If you want the highest level of reward from Islam, from Allah, there's nothing you can do on this planet in good deeds to earn it. Only one thing you can do to earn it, and that's martyrism, and that's killing infidels. And you have to kill a sufficient number. Now, these people are in our country now. We have peaceful, quote unquote, tame Muslims right now in this country, but at any moment, you never know when they might turn to killing us. And even if they don't, maybe their children do. So in the plan that we have, we simply do this. We simply say all Muslims must register. Now remember, Vince, this is another thing people don't understand. This plan is about a state, right? This is a state's right plan. And so your state, Missouri, if they adopted this plan, your state says in this state, if you're a Muslim, you're going to go register. And then at least we know where the Muslims are, which helps us understand if the majority of the terrorist acts come from Muslims in this country, practicing, the faith of Islam. We know where they are. And importantly, they know we know where they are. There. Then the next thing is, in this plan, it states that a state, in the case of Missouri, if that's an example, Missouri would set up a terrorism task force at the state level through the state police, which work with the terrorism task force in county and city police departments. Now, the other part of it is those terrorism task force will be under your state's law. They will be in a position to where they can monitor and evaluate mosques, both overtly, which means out in the open. They call you up and say, can we come look at your mosque or whatever? Or covertly, where maybe that task force puts an undercover agent into the mosque. Why? Because that's where, if someone is here that has been a tame Muslim and maybe their children are growing up, that's where, in almost every case of domestic terrorism here, that's where they learn about the killing side of Islam, right there in that mosque. Sometimes by the imam. Sometimes by some person that is a member of the mosque that grabs children and pulls them away and in private teaches them, to do this stuff. Think about how many are here. Do we know? Do you know today, Vince, do you know today how many Muslims are in your state?
I'm sure we could look it up, almost at a moment's notice. Do you have those numbers?
No, I don't believe you can look it up.
Okay.
I believe you can look up a guesstimate based off of a rolling percentage off of a formula taking census data, but I don't believe you can know with specificity exactly. Do you?
I'm looking it up right now, and I don't see it.
Yeah, I doubt any state's got that number. Now, we're in a war footing, which means what's confusing about Islam is a people, it is a religion, but it's also a country. Wherever they are a country, such as a caliphate. But you don't know how many are in Missouri. Now you've got a group that go to the same or believe in the same faith system that the people that have declared war on the infidel, us, those people live there where you are, but you don't know how many there are. And you don't know where they're at. By making them register, at least the group that belong to a religious faith that allows for the killing of my grandchildren and yours, your children, your grandchildren, those people, we need to know where they are. And here's the neat thing about this law. Hypothetically, if Missouri adopted this thing, right? If your state adopted it, and somebody protests that I don't want to register, that's not politically correct. All you got to say, well, then move. We're not chaining people, are we? Your state doesn't chain people that they've got to stay there. If they don't like the laws of your state, move. That's freedom. That's freedom. And I'm sorry. They may leave your state and they may go to California. There, they're allowed to do and move in the shadows, and they might blow somebody up there, and I'm sorry. But this states' rights issue is about protecting the people and property of your state, which all of your state legislators and your governor have sworn to do. Sworn to do that. So now, in this country, we've got 2 to 4% of 320, 340 million people that are back crazy. And we've got some number, of which we have no idea what it is, of people that follow and believe in a faith that has to kill us.
Larry Nichols is with us. We'll be back right after these short commercial announcements. And Kyle from Montana is on hold. Kyle, hold the line, and we'll get to you right after the break. We'll be right back. By now, you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Everyone says or does something silly once in a while, but once that embarrassing thing is on the internet, it can spread like a terrible rash. Put it to rest. Get a free expert analysis today from Reputation.com. It only takes 30 seconds. 800-831-0771. We protect your online image by helping to make sure that when people search for you or your business, they find the most current, accurate information possible. Reputation.com, because word travels fast. Call for a free analysis today. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Did you know that drinking pure, high alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to produce an endless supply of nano-sized silver solutions right from the convenience of your home. Silver Lungs. With the addition of our unique lung delivery system, respiratory infections are targeted directly, where traditional oral administration simply cannot reach. This pioneering method also preserves the original particle sizes and delivers your silver solution directly into the bloodstream. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at silverlungs.com. That's silverlungs.com.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit goberkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at goberkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. goberkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
Okay, open your mouth and say ah.
Getting a good view of a sore throat can be difficult, but the new doctor-recommended sore throat exam kit from SayAhNow.com makes it easy. A first-of-its-kind scientifically designed oral retractor to relax the tongue, minimize gag reflex, and increase visibility. Our Made in the USA kit also includes a medical-grade reference chart, easy-to-use website and app so that you're one click away from unparalleled sore throat information. Click SayAhNow.com. SayAhNow.com, a must-have for your family's medical preparedness.
Class, during the break, I was checking the news, and there's a post about Chelsea Clinton And if you go to usaprepares.com, there's a link to that post. And if you decide to go to that post and read the comments at the bottom, they are absolutely horrible. I mean, the people who have commented about Chelsea Clinton are holding back nothing. I mean, they are saying exactly what they think of her. And some of these comments link Chelsea to the Clinton crime syndicate. They really do. And Larry, is she one of the syndicate?
Oh, Lord, Vince.
Did we lose Larry Nichols?
She is. You can hear me, right? Vince, can you hear me? Am I on?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
Okay,
Yes,
good,
I can hear you.
Okay, she is Hillary's daughter. All right? And she, over the years, has grown accustomed to the dynasty concept just as Bill and Hillary have. Now, is she a part of a crime syndicate? I don't know. When I come on your program, Vince, I always promise you that when I say things, if I say things, I can prove it to court of law. Every once in a while, but I mean, that doesn't remove me from having conjecture in my opinion, but my opinion doesn't mean it's true. So I don't know if she is. It would not surprise me if she has committed herself to them. It doesn't surprise me.
Kyle from Montana, you're on with Larry Nichols. Welcome.
Good morning, Vincent and Larry.
Hey, Kyle.
Just had an exclamation point to put on that. I just spent the last 6 days in Boston, and Vincent, they are so entrenched. That's the only problem I see with Larry's scenario. I agree with it wholeheartedly, but the 6 days I was there, I was really looking to see, and literally there would be lucky to be 40% white that I saw in 6 days of traveling around Boston, different things. Even the TSA, our government has entrenched those people. When I was going through the TSA out of Boston, I was looking very carefully. And at the time I went through there, Vince, there was two women that could barely, they were of Latino, some sort of descent, but they could barely speak English. 4 Ugandans or blacks that talked with such a heavy accent that you could barely understand them. 1 Asian guy and 2 white guys that were there at the TSA checking everybody through there. And some of them were so thick accented, I kid you not, you had to listen intently to understand what they were saying. And we're doing this, our government is doing this. They're entrenching them. The airports, the restaurants, there's women with burqas on constantly. I didn't even try to count them. They are so entrenched in these big cities, Vincent, that it is mind-boggling to me. I come home and I thought to myself, we've already been completely invaded. It is just absolutely stunning coming from Montana to someplace like that and seeing it. It was overwhelming.
Larry?
Okay, Vince, I didn't understand. I mean, this is a problem, Vince, that we have in this country. We have literally opened the floodgates so much that we are covered up with people of different nationalities, and they have made no commitment to become Americans, Vince. Caller, that's what bothers me. They've made no commitment to assimilate into our society.
I think you and Kyle are saying the same thing. Kyle, is that correct?
Absolutely.
Kyle, did you want to hold? Did you want to hold through the?
I'd like to talk to Kyle for a moment.
Kyle, hold on, and we'll bring you on the other side of the break. Top of the hour news. Larry Nichols was with us. Kyle, USAPrepares.com instructor, has joined us from Montana. I'm Vincent Finelli. We'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Everyone says or does something silly once in a while. Even very smart, very accomplished people. It's part of being human. A quote taken out of context, a legal problem, an unfortunate photograph. Once that embarrassing thing is on the internet, it can spread like a terrible rash because people love to dig up dirt, even when it's not real dirt. Put it to rest. Call for a free expert analysis today from Reputation.com. It only takes 30 seconds. 800-831-0771. Businesses, public figures, and professionals turn to Reputation.com for good reason. We protect your online image by helping make sure that when people search for you or your business, they find the most current, accurate information possible. Reputation.com, because word travels fast. Learn more about what the experts at Reputation.com can do for you. Call for a free analysis today. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor, period. With packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free tactical scarf for a limited time with any body armor package. That's CATIarmor.com. Come and take it.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Everyone all set, cocked, locked? Hour number 2 of USAPrepares.com. Class, I want to thank you. I want to thank you all for, and our instructors, for what you've done. Right this moment, USAPrepares.com is in the top 20 nationally on TalkStreamLive.com. Years ago, we started at the very bottom, and you have brought us up to number 20 at this very moment, and number 1 on GCN at this very moment. I want to thank you all very much, and of course, thank you to Larry Nichols. And by the way, USAPrepares.com, I believe, is the first studio. We have the first studio powered entirely by the sun. So this studio is 100% off-grid. Kyle in Montana is with us. USAPrepares.com instructors called in, and Kyle, you're on with Larry Nichols. And Michael in New York, you're on hold, and you're up next. Kyle, please continue.
Well, it's just that I was thinking, Vince, that, the only way that I could see that this could happen where you could root out a lot of these people is almost a military sweep. It would almost take something like that, and I don't even know if the people of the United States would even stand for that. The businesses, Vince, in the airports, and I'm talking Boston, the one in Minneapolis. Those businesses are all foreign owned. One business was owned by a Lebanese group, another Asian that could barely speak English. The Lebanese also could barely speak English. Even the motel we were staying in there for a while, a friend of mine had been staying there for a while, and he said the entire motel was owned, and there was probably close to 50 Indian people that were owning and running that. Yeah.
What you're talking about is exactly the truth. Now, we oftentimes refer primarily to the Mexicans that are here illegally. We refer to the Muslims that are coming across the border, the threat they cause. But what you're seeing, you're right, about the only way to do would be some kind of military action to rout them out and get them out. But let me tell you, that's the purpose of the plan that we've developed. You see, that's not practical. Number one, I don't even know if you could do it. Number two, we don't want, you or I, none of us want our military running around in charge. We just don't want this country. But you see, Kyle, the neat thing about the plan, and let's go back to, I talked about the back part of the plan, which is the Muslims, but let's talk about the illegal immigrant part of the plan. If you're here illegally, and it don't matter if you're Ugandan, Mexican, or whatever, if you're here illegally, your employer is, what we're going to do with this plan is any employer hiring an illegal will be fined. The first offense will be fined $5,000 and 90 days in jail mandatory per illegal that employer hires. Second offense is $10,000 fine, 5 years in prison mandatory. And what happens, Kyle, under this type of a plan, you know what? If we won't put 3, I bet you that 5, I'll bet you there's not, in a state, there won't be 5 employers that actually get caught and face this penalty, actually have to go to jail. There won't be 5 until there will not be a job for the illegal immigrants, regardless of the country of origin. If you're here illegally, you're not going to find work. Now, the same rule applies towards living. If you can't rent, any person renting an apartment or a house to an illegal, same fine. First time, $5,000, 90 days in jail mandatory. Second time, $10,000, 5 years in prison mandatory per illegal that you have. And that includes hotels, motels, houses, apartments, leases. Now, you see, Kyle, the simplicity of the plan is they ain't got any place to work and they don't have any place to live. They will leave on their own. They're only here to get jobs and take them from Americans. And yes, I know some of the living conditions in some of the countries these people come here from are atrocious. I don't deny that. But you know what, guys? Vince, Kyle, there's nothing I can do about that. These people are going to have to go back to their home country, and they're going to have to go through a revolution like we did. They're going to have to do whatever they've got to do to bring their country to a living standard that's livable. But what's going on is you're coming to our country and bringing our living standard down. We can't allow this. We can't.
Yeah, Larry, I agree with you. The thing that concerns me even more, and I agree with your plan. I've heard that, and I totally support it. The thing that concerns me, I think, at this point even more is the ones we've already let in that are not illegal. Because our government is financing these people.
Now, wait a minute, you said the ones, wait a minute, Kyle, you said the ones we've already let in that are not illegal?
Correct.
Okay, explain, please, because I'm a little bit lost on. I'm not arguing.
I mean, there's so many of them already that are legal. I mean, they wouldn't even be working for the TSA if they were illegal. They wouldn't be able to be financed with businesses by our government if they were illegal. Our government is the one putting these people entrenched in businesses and in areas that are so now a fundamental part of the society that there's nothing we're going to be able to do to stop this anymore.
Well, the thing about people that are here legally, if they have met the constitutional standards, Kyle, to become an American, in my world, in my book, they are Americans. And so, therefore, they deserve to be here. The problem is, in that category, is now you're talking to me, Kyle. I think we're talking about this system that we have in this country of, what do you call it? Where we give people stuff, the welfare. We're getting so bogged down with so many people that are not working that can work, and they're on welfare. But remember this, y'all. Remember, if a state adopts this plan, then the illegals, Kyle, they got to leave this. They got to leave this state and go somewhere else, right? Right. And it's going to open up jobs for the people that are presently drawing welfare and unemployment. And they may not like it. There may be a lot of people on welfare that they're there about their own choosing. But you know what? We can fix that too. And that has been done in several states over the years where, if you're able to work, you're going to get up and go work, or you're not going to keep drawing welfare.
Yep, I'll let you go, Vince. I appreciate the program. I just wanted to put an exclamation point on. I'll let somebody else get on the program, but thanks, Vince, for all you do. I appreciate it, and thank you, Larry, for standing up.
And thank you, Kyle, for joining us.
You bet. Yes.
Michael in New York, you're on with Larry Nichols. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Vincent. Good morning. Good morning, Larry. And Vincent, congratulations on being independent there with your solar setup. That's great. That's very exciting.
Well,
Vincent, congratulations for your numbers and how your program's looking, too. Sorry to interrupt you, Michael, but yes, I meant to say that a minute ago.
Larry, it's not me. It is our instruction. The quality of our instructors, the topics they bring to the broadcast classroom and our class. That's what it is. It's not me. It's everyone else. So I want to thank everybody. But Michael, please continue.
Well, guys, everything you're covering on the illegal situation, it's spot on. And Larry, I agree. The only real solution right now is through attrition, so they go home. What's really disappointing, though, is trying to impose the law, which states that it's illegal to hire. It's unlawful to hire illegals, and yet our government is doing it here at the local post office. Now, I was definitely assuming these guys were illegals, and I think 5 will get you 10. They were, with phony paperwork, and they were working as contractors in the post office building, painting and that kind of maintenance type of job. But Americans should be doing that. And so it really irks me to no end to see all this. And I just seen here in the neighborhood, again, I'm assuming they were illegals, definitely foreigners. None of them could speak English. One could speak broken English. Siding a house with vinyl siding. Americans should have been doing that. And I'd love to chew out the owner of the house and say, you cheap SOB, hire Americans. And
that's right.
But unfortunately, nobody's enforcing that law. They should all be severely fined. I'm all for that. And then through attrition, the illegals would have to go home. And again, absolutely, they'll have to get the courage to take their own countries back. Just like the Americans better get the gumption up quick to regain their country before it's totally lost. But I want to clarify something, guys. Now, since 9/11, we're told that the Muslims hate us. They want to, they blew up the buildings, or they actually, drove the planes into the buildings, but they were technically blown up. We know that. Let me hold on over to break, Vincent, please.
Sure. Michael, hold on. And Mark in Philadelphia, you're on next when we come back. So Michael, then Mark. Larry Nichols is with us. I'm Ben Finelli. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
If you're worried about your health and you're tired of the nasty side effects of harsh drugs or antibiotics, then look no further. Supernatural Silver is the answer. Supernatural Silver is a powerful immune system enhancer that can be used every day to help keep you healthy and well with none of those nasty side effects. It's extremely safe for use internally as well as topically. And Supernatural Silver is hundreds of times more effective than colloidal or ionic silver. It is perfect for use in the sinuses, eyes, ears, and on any wound or skin issue. Supernatural Silver is also extremely effective when taken orally and can help bacteria, viruses, and mold that may be overwhelming your immune system. Go to supernaturalsilver.com, supernaturalsilver.com, and use the promo code SILVER2015 for 30% off of your entire order. And give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance with Supernatural Silver.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
We've all heard the news stories. Another shooting. And they're getting worse. That's why Infidel Body Armor introduces Infidel Fridays, exclusive 24-hour insider deals to save you money and possibly save your life. Make it a favorite when you log on to InfidelBodyArmor.com. Then be sure to visit each and every Infidel Friday to get special insider pricing, but for 24 hours only. That's InfidelBodyArmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Larry Nichols is with us, 2 hours today. Michael in New York, please continue.
Well, thank you, Vincent. Guys, so, 9/11 happens. They tell us it's a bunch of crazy Muslims. They hate us, and we go to war with them. And at the same time, our borders are wide open, and they're bringing them in like in the millions. They're bringing them here. That does not add up, obviously, unless something, the whole story is a lie. Obviously, and there's another agenda, and clearly that is a clash of the cultures. But who is the force behind all this making it happen? Who really controls our government? Vincent, I just emailed you a couple photo snapshots I took of a video a couple years ago showing Slick Willie being prepared in his first term of office as president to go before a camera. And the makeup artist, female, is touching him up, and clearly he's under some kind of mind control. The lights are on. Nobody's home. I sent you those photos. Please share them with Larry and everybody else. These guys they're puppets and they're traitors. They need to be hung. No question about it for being traitors. But they are clearly, as kids, groomed to be in these positions and under some form of advanced mind control techniques. So who are these money men? Like you said, Larry, it takes the money to put people in office, and who are the real money masters, and who's controlling all this? Well, guys, we give Israel $30 to $40 million a day. We are their colony. They take that much from us every single day now, and they're doing the same thing to Europe. And here's an example, guys. It's a 40-second clip. It's right from the devil horse's mouth. Here you go. Here's who's behind it all. Here's what they're up to. And notice the key terms: hope and change, Obama's whole campaign, transformation of America, transformation, change, hope and change. It's their rhetoric. They're using it everywhere. Here you go.
And the Jews have an important role to play in a country undergoing profound change. I think there's a resurgence of anti-Semitism because at this point in time, Europe has not yet learned how to be multicultural. And I think we're going to be part of the throes of that transformation, which must take place. Europe is not going to be the monolithic societies that they once were in the last century. Jews are going to be at the center of that. It's a huge transformation for Europe to make. They are now going into a multicultural mode, and Jews will be resented because of our leading role. But without that leading role and without that transformation, Europe will not survive.
There you go, guys.
Michael, what was that?
Okay, that's a video clip on YouTube, and it's the real title's Jewish Woman Moves to Europe to Destroy Western Europe, I believe is the title. I'll send you the actual link. I have it as Horrible Jewish Woman Moves to Europe. Her name is Barbara Specter.
Okay, hold on a second. Larry, do you have a comment?
Yes. Michael, all of you, everybody listening to my voice, what's happening to us is we're seeing these problems. And guys, I can open up the internet and I can see a million examples of problem. We've got to do something here, Michael, Vince. We've got to do something. What I want everybody to do right now is look down at your feet. Look down. See where your feet are? That's where we are. You protect where you stand. It makes us dyslexic, and this is why we get defeated. Michael, this is why we get defeated every day, and to all the callers. There are so many examples of wrong, so many examples of what's happening. People, obviously, you see it, Michael, I see it, Vince, you see it, we see it, but it's like it just continues on. That's why, for years, I have been working this plan that I have, it's for states' rights. I cannot, Michael, nor can you, nor can we control what's happening in Washington. It's gone. But if we get together, Vincent, and we form up, under one principle, guys, I mean one. When I fought Clinton before, just so y'all know, I walked into the same thing I'm in today. I go out there trying to stop Bill Clinton, and I find that there were conservatives that believed you weren't supposed to have a Social Security card. People were protesting driver's license. There were a million sub-issues, and that kept us divided. I'll tell you when we come back.
Larry Nichols is with us. Michael, thank you so much for joining us. Mark in Philadelphia, you're up next. This is USAPrepares.com.
Are you excited about the World Wide Web? Do you want a place where you can share your ideas and express yourself? Well, dial up your modems and stream on down to the GCN Live Community Forum. Lots of radical features await you there.
Wow, Internet guy, I am so glad I went to the GCN Live Community Forum.
You too can discover why the World Wide Web is awesome. Just go to gcnlive.com/forum. That's gcnlive.com/forum. I'll see you in cyberspace. Friend at GCN Live on Diaspora and Cross.tv.
Okay, open your mouth and say ah.
Getting a good view of a sore throat can be difficult, but the new doctor-recommended sore throat exam kit from sayahnow.com makes it easy. A first-of-its-kind scientifically designed oral retractor to relax the tongue, minimize gag reflex, and increase visibility. Our Made in the USA kit also includes a medical-grade reference chart, easy-to-use website and apps so that you're one click away from unparalleled sore throat information. Click sayahhnow.com. Sayahnow.com, a must-have for your family's medical preparedness.
Quantitative easing, unemployment at depression levels, Europe financial system falling apart, China getting out of U.S. treasuries. At the end of 2008, the time of TARP, the national debt was at $11 trillion, gold trading around $850 per ounce. Close to 2012, the national debt exceeded $16.4 trillion, gold doubled to $1,600 per ounce. The $20 trillion threshold for the national debt is inevitable. Politicians in Washington have a ferocious appetite for spending and stimulus. What's worse, a printing press to finance. 100 years ago, we had a gold standard to limit this madness, but now you have to adopt your own gold standard. Don't be fooled with paper promises. Get Midas Resources 10 Reasons to Buy Gold free by calling 800-686-2237. Understanding the gold and silver market may be the only insurance you could have to avoiding the next economic crisis. Call 1-800-686-2237 and order your free copy. Again, that's 800-686-2237.
You are an individual with your own thoughts, decisions, and actions, so why should you be penalized for not enrolling in the subpar health insurance mandated by the government when you can be truly independent with Liberty Health Share, a bold, innovative alternative, allowing you to take back control and make your own decisions about your health care. Mention this ad when you call to learn more. 800-714-6993. That's 800-714-6993. Liberty Health Share. Together, we are one.
We all know that Berkey water purification systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey water filtration systems. The Berkey Light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
Everyone says or does something silly once in a while, but once that embarrassing thing is on the internet, it can spread like a terrible rash. Put it to rest. Get a free expert analysis today from Reputation.com. It only takes 30 seconds. 800-831-0771. We protect your online image by helping to make sure that when people search for you or your business, they find the most current, accurate information possible. Reputation.com, because word travels fast. Call for a free analysis today. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771.
Thousands of people seeking home security get ripped off every day, and the home security industry wants you to believe that's your only option. They've got hordes of salesmen out there trying to scare you into signing one of their long-term contracts. You get stuck writing huge checks month after month with no way out. It's robbery by contract, and it can cost you thousands. But there's a better way to protect your home. Simply Safe Home Security. Simply Safe has no contracts. None. You'll get award-winning 24/7 protection, security professionals watching over your home, ready to instantly send police to the rescue for just $14.99 per month. That's less than half what most companies charge. Protect your home the smart way. Visit simplysafedefense.com today for an exclusive 10% offer and get a free keychain remote worth $25. Only when you go to simplysafedefense.com. simplysafedefense.com.
Thanks for doing 2 hours today with Larry Nichols, as we do every Tuesday, and we're talking about the Clinton family, and I've got some questions about the Clintons. We have Mark in Pennsylvania. Mark in Pennsylvania, you're on with Larry Nichols.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Vince, and welcome back. I prefer to listen to your show, Vince, but today I got so agitated from listening to this last little bit that I had to call in. This whole thing about being infiltrated, this is by design. This is an implosion from within. They are letting the Mexicans across the border and gangbusters and whoever else can get across there, but they're also letting immigrants from all over the world come in rampant numbers, and some of them come over here for a tourist visa or a student visa, and then they stay and they don't go back. Also, we got H-1B visas, which are supposed to be for high-tech, hard-to-find positions. Something tells me that that's a crock of crap, because we have people here who are technically oriented in the United States, born here, raised here. Many of them served in the military and also worked in the technical fields. But yet the H-1B visas are a higher priority. So it seems like these people have a head-of-the-line privileges above you and I as common Americans born here, raised here, defending our country, or trying to. And so to me, it's by design. And here's the other part. These people that are coming over here, they know it. Many of them are good. They're good-hearted people, and they want to have a better life. I understand that. But there's a lot of them, Vince and Larry, that know the game that's being played on us, we the white folks and we the Americans, the true Americans, and they know they're getting an advantage, and they love it. They love it. And we dare say anything about it, then we're discriminating.
Larry? Larry, what are your thoughts?
You're absolutely right. And what happens, they know how to play the system. We are advertising all over the world, Mark, for people to come here to the land of suckers. Get to America, and you'll have money. Get to America, and you'll have free health care. We're just advertising, drawing them in by the bucket loads.
Yeah, and see, they play that. Listen, the Mexicans play the poor little Mexican like they're stupid. They play the face of the poor little Mexican, and you know who they use? They use their own children as the real, feel sorry for me because I have the children. If worse comes to worse, I have to take care of my children. So please don't abandon me. Don't give me the job. I'll work. And then the employer. So the thing is, you get ticked off about it. You say, okay, back to the states' rights, and I agree with that 100%. I got involved with that organization for constitutional sheriffs who are supposed to stand there for their little territory called a county. We got 3,143 of them in the United States. But what I found out is that many of those constitutional sheriffs aren't constitutional at all. They'll follow the law, whatever the law is, whatever the good old judge says, and what the prosecuting attorney says. But will they defend you and I and our rights to economic in our local economy? No. So
let me tell you, Mark. Let me tell you what you run into with the sheriffs. The sheriffs running their department in these counties, you know what? They're sitting there and they've got the federal government gives them these grants and they give them these matching funds. And so what happens? The sheriff sells out the people at the county that he's there to protect.
So basically, local authority has been compromised by the federality, and
I'm going to go ahead.
All because of the funny money. So then the thing is, the deal is, Vince. To me, first of all, don't do business with anybody that hires an illegal Mexican or illegal anybody. That shouldn't be here. So to me, I said, well, what can I do about it? It's pissing me off, and you got me agitated again there, Vince. You have a tendency to do that. But you agitate me to action. And the action I could take today, I could make telephone calls to every company that I do business with here locally in Philadelphia and let them and call and talk to a manager or go and see him when I'm doing business and say, look, if I find out you're hiring illegals of any sort from any country, then I will never do business with you until you correct that matter. And until then, I'm not doing business with you. What else can we do? That's a beginning. That's a start. What say you, Vince?
I say that when you call for technical support and you're transferred to another country, you say the same thing. I'm not doing business with you anymore because you've sold out American jobs. That's just one more. That's just adding another piece to your solution, Mark. And your solution is very, very similar to what Larry Nichols is saying. He's saying that, you hire an illegal, you rent to one, you're going to jail. You're going to jail for, a long time. And you do it again, 10 years. So not only will you be monetarily punished, you will go to jail. I think it's an interesting plan. I think it would really work. I mean, it's happened over and over in history. If you make examples of people, it works. And last night at the meetup, I said, we ought to look at bringing back the stocks where you put people in, their headlocks, their arms, and they stand there for a few days. And if they have to pee, well, go ahead. But you're gonna have wet pants, and you just put them in there, and you make examples out of these criminals. And if you do that, people will stop. Now, that doesn't mean that politicians are exempt. Doesn't mean judges are exempt. Doesn't mean cops are exempt. No one's exempt.
And see, you think, Vince, that it's not happening in rural America. Well, I know, I got proof it's happening there in southern Missouri, and it's bothering me big time. I mean, that it's happening in the big cities, that's understandable. But that it's happening in rural America, look at southern Missouri, look at Cassville, look at Monett. My understanding is that they're packing them in, packing them, stacking them, Mexicans everywhere. What's up with that? I mean, the local people the local business people are benefiting from these illegals coming in somehow, and they should be shamed. They should be publicly shamed, run out of the damn state. That's how I feel about it, because they're part of the problem. If they're not going to stand up and defend their own territory, all over a few dollars they're going to save for paying them, $5 an hour versus the real living wage. And by the way, these Mexicans and many of these immigrants, they come over here, they get Section 8 housing. That's publicly funded by taxpayers, and then they pack them in, maybe 10 or 15 to a one-bedroom apartment, and they'll sleep on the floor. They'll do whatever they have to do. They save their money because they don't have much overhead, and that's how they get ahead. And then they start a corporation. One of them that's legal starts a corporation, and he or she can hire the rest of them who are illegal, and know they can get away with it. And they're getting away with it every single day. Look at construction projects here in Philadelphia. Guaranteed, there's illegal immigrants working on framing, working in finishing. But then the thing is, who's going to enforce it? We can't arrest them publicly, can we? I mean, the people, what do we do?
Vince, stop. Guys, I can do just like you, Mark. Unfortunately, you're right. 100% right. But I'm going to tell y'all something, and y'all listen up to me, and you listen tight. I'm here for a reason. I came here for a reason. I will stop it. I will stop it. Swear to God I will. But what we're going to have to do is, just as an example here, it makes you dyslexic the way it's coming at you. I mean, it's coming at you here, it's coming at you there. They're everywhere. It's tearing up the very soul and fiber of our nation. We're going to stop it. We're going to stop it now. The problem we've got is our government has been taken over, Mark. You know this as well as anybody. Our government has been taken over by interests other than American interests. And they've got politicians that are traitors in Washington that are playing the game just right up to the line. But I'll tell you this. I was saying earlier, when I started against Bill Clinton years ago, there were people that had issue after issue after issue, and everybody was moving in different directions. Oh, we were all conservative, and all of the issues were good, solid issues, but everybody was divided with their pet peeve. There's only one way to stop this. One, and that is for every one of us listening to this program right now, we unify under one flag. We unify under one thing, that if we did it, we can gain ground. If nothing else in one state, we're going to gain it in one state. And if nothing else, we're going to find us a state, y'all, that we can move to. Nothing else. If we find a damn state that's willing to do what's right, but we've got to drop all of our individual pet peeves, and let's get under one flag. And the one flag is, all we got to do This ain't brain surgery. All we got to do is fix it to where they cannot get a job, where they cannot live. They won't have any place but the street to live. We can do this. We will do this, but it requires discipline. Mark, were you in the military?
Yes, I was.
All right. You understand that in the military, guys, you're taking a whole bunch of numbnuts. You bring them into a place, and then they become a viable fighting force. How? Remember, Mark, when you went to basic training, they made you day after day march. You had to learn how to march. But what we were taught in basic training was to unify and work as a unit. Mm-hmm. What I'm telling you all, read my lips. I am the man. This is not bragging. This is fact. I am the man, the only one in the history of this nation that ever got a damn president of the United States impeached. Ever. And I did it facing odds that were 10 times, 100 times worse than they are today for us. Back then, nobody knew who I was, Mark. Nobody. I mean, I was just somebody out of the blue, some hick from Arkansas. Let me tell you, we're going to form up, and we're going to stop it, and I want affirmative. I want affirmative response. I want people saying, hell yeah. I want people laying down the law. You know, you've got to share it. I'm going to give you a little trick phrase that I used with people during the Dubai incident. Remember when Dubai was buying our ports? Remember that?
Yes.
When we come back from the break, I'm going to tell you about the Dubai story and what made George W. Bush, who had already gotten it passed, had already signed it off the presidential special order, and it had gone beyond the time limit, and we still got it rescinded. We'll show you how when we come back.
Lines are full. Larry Nichols and I will be right back. Wayne, Steve, hold the line. We'll be right back. Dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food. Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
My name is Dell, and I live in El Cajon, California. I was concerned about my cholesterol readings because I knew that high cholesterol is related to clogging of the arteries and increases the risk for heart attack and stroke. One day, I heard an ad for Heart and Body Extract, and I was skeptical, but I decided to give it a try. Man, the numbers don't lie.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state in back taxes, you know they'll never stop coming after you. With bank levies, wage garnishments, they'll even seize your home or business. The good news? A government program for tax debt forgiveness. It's called the Fresh Start Initiative.
I'm Paul Sibley with U.S. Tax Shield. We can help navigate the new laws, get you protected, and resolve your tax issues permanently.
Call the experts at U.S. Tax Shield now for your free consultation and get a guaranteed quote to resolve your case. Call 800-436-6451. That's 800-436-6451.
That's the sound your brain makes when you realize you're buying something and forgot the coupon. Online or in a store, knowing that you're missing a deal is the worst. You need the app from Retail Me Not right now. Get thousands of coupons from 50,000 stores like Kohl's, Domino's, Best Buy, and more with crazy deals like 60% off, free shipping, and free gifts with purchase. You can get a text invite to download the Retail Me Not app 100% free right now for Apple or Android. Just text the code UPDATE to 42767. Then just show your phone at checkout to save. It literally couldn't be easier. It's 2015. Keep your coupon coupons in your phone. Stop what you're doing and text UPDATE to 42767. Listeners will get a text with a link to download it 100% free. Never forget another coupon again. Text the code UPDATE to 42767 right now. That's UPDATE to 42767. Message and data rates may apply. For terms and privacy, visit retailme.com.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states.
Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich? Working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare? Having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom, the number 106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor, period. With packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free tactical scarf for a limited time with any body armor package. That's CATIarmor.com. Come and take it.
Class, every once in a while I assign homework, and so we're going to assign homework today. This broadcast is probably one that you should send to your state representatives. So what I'm going to do, as I've done in previous broadcasts with Larry Nichols, I will post this on the website, and there'll be a link to hour number 1 and hour number 2. So all you have to do is go to usaprepares.com, page 1. You'll see Larry Nichols. And you'll see this broadcast, and you can send the link to your state representative. And I certainly am going to do that as well. And I've had a state representative, Eric Burleson, come to the meetup. And I called him and I told him this is coming. Get ready for it because I expect him to listen to it. So you might want to do the same thing. So that's something you can do. Now we have 3 callers.
Yes. Vince, let me do this right quick. Especially since you're asking people to send it to their state representative.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make a personal talk to those representatives that you send this to, folks. And I know we've got callers on the line. You listen to me, Representative. I'm coming. And all of you listening to my voice, when you get ready, you talk to your representative, you talk to your county sheriff, and you use my name, and you tell them I'm coming. We are going to get and claim states' rights again. We're going to kick the federal government out of the state. And anybody, any state representative, any state senator, any governor, any sheriff that gets in our way, I promise you I will destroy you. I will. And if you don't believe I will, you need to dial 1-800-BILL-CLINTON and see what happens. When I get mad at somebody, see what happens when I vow to get somebody back and get them out of office so they can't hurt us anymore. So you tell everybody, state representative, in your little clique, your little group there in your state legislature, you tell them, by God, Larry Nichols is coming, and I've got Mark, I've got Michael, I've got Vince, I've got all of these people with me. Hell's coming, and I will bring it to them. And we're going to get our country back. I swear to you we will, Mark. And we will unify. We will unify. This plan will work, and this plan will be implemented. And any politician that gets in our way, here are the magic words, Mark, that you say, and it's like it opens up the world. You say, listen to me, Mr. Representative. If you go against us on this, I will make sure I will never vote for you. I will make sure you never hold another political office ever. And by the time I get through telling my family, my friends, you will never hold office again. And then you tell them. My friend, Larry Nichols, he's made a commitment, and I make this to everyone hearing my voice. I will come. I will come, and we will get our country back, and we will do it one state at a time. We'll do it one county at a time. This I promise. I'm sorry.
Larry, your information's on page 1 of usaprepares.com. Your contact information's right there. Steve in Kansas, very quickly, please ask your question.
Hi, Vincent. Before one of us dies, Larry, I wanted to know what was the story on Ron Brown, the Croatia deal, his plane crash, and that deal there, if you could.
Well, it'd be hard to say it in the minute or 4 minutes we got left, but basically Ron Brown had set up a deal to where Alaskan Fisheries, they had a fleet of boats that could catch the fish and process the fish right on the boat. They were hugely successful. Their stock price went through the roof. Ron Brown goes and he makes it illegal. He was the Secretary of Commerce, made it illegal for them to do. Stock plummeted. Tyson comes in, friend of Bill, buys it for like 20 cents on, 20 cents a share. 30 days later, he rescinds that order. Then they could start doing it again. Tyson made millions and millions of dollars. Now, by the way, folks, if you want to talk to me, any of you, we're running out of time. You can call me, 440-897-0611. So if you want more detail, call me at home, 440-897-0611. It's right there for you to call.
Larry Nichols, thank you so much for being with us, and we'll see you next Tuesday for 2 hours. By now you know that usaprepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit usaprepares.com. That's usaprepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. usaprepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market, the gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water. Today.